Wednesday, the 17th of November. Proverbs. I don't know about you, but when I was in primary school, Proverbs were pretty much drummed into you as a sort of a rote for your memory. And well, I don't know about you again, but I remember being in primary school getting taught these, and really some of them didn't make sense at the time. You understood what they were. Well, did I understand what they were saying? Probably not. And I quite like Proverbs, even today in today's world. And I think our youngsters need to learn them. I also like the book of Proverbs that's in the Bible. So I'm going to start today with just one of them for you. And it's Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. I'm going to come back to that though, because I thought we would have a little quiz this morning. Or sorry, today. I'm not used to saying this morning, but a quiz today. And I need you to finish the Proverbs. Okay, here we go. A stitch in time. Too many cooks. A rolling stone. Absence makes. All that glitters. The grass is always. An apple a day. A picture is worth. Appearances can be. Beauty is in the eye. And practice what you. There we go. I'm sure you got all of them. So let's go back just to a few of them. Well, I give all the answers, but expand on some. A stitch in time saves 9. How true is that statement? But the environment that we live in now, it's a throwaway world. If something rips or tears or something's not just quite right, it gets thrown in the bin. Especially clothes. I can understand us not repairing things like washing machines and televisions because that is sometimes just not worth it. But, a stitch in time, it saves 9. And we've become such a throwaway society that is something we could all learn to do better. Too many cooks spoil the broth. Well, that's certainly the case in church life, because when you've got numerous people piling in on a discussion and then decisions have to be made, sometimes there's too many people there, isn't there? So too many cooks spoil the broth. A rolling stone gathers no moss. And that's East and Old. We are not about to gather moss in East and Old. We are a rolling stone. We are a reformed church. We keep reforming. We keep moving. We keep changing. Yes, we keep certain things static, and that's fine. But we have to move and move with the times also. A balance, a combination. A rolling stone gathers no moss, and that is us. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. We're not going to go on all of these. All that glitters is not gold. The grass is always greener on the other side. We always think that. And then when we sometimes get to that other side, we think, no, we were far better with what we had. So be careful with that one. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Did you know that that saying, or a saying similar to it, was around in 1866, and it was the Welsh who brought it to the forefront. Its original meaning or original statement was, eat an apple on going to bed and you'll keep the doctor from earning his bread. That's how it started by a Welshman in 1866. But in 1913, it became an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And really that was all to do with consumption, that terrible illness of consumption. And however, research shows that it doesn't really help, to a fantastic extent. But the Americans, had to be the Americans, did a study that if you eat an apple a day, generally you're on less prescriptive medicines when you get older. So there we go. Maybe we should be eating an apple a day. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, we've just got to look, haven't we, in the church at stained glass windows, because those pictures in stained glass windows, well, certainly the older ones, tell the story, and they were there and invented for people who couldn't read at the time. And stained glass windows were put in to tell the story of the Bible. Appearances. Oh, sorry. Yep, I've missed one out. Oh, no, a picture is worth. That's right. That's the one I just did. Also, I wanted to add into that, if you're around this week, remember our art group have an art exhibition in the church running every day, and you can go in and look at their artwork, and you have an opportunity to buy it also, and buy our church calendars. Well, they're not church, they're art group calendars, and most of the scenes depict something to do with the Angus area. So £5 for a calendar, and it's photographs of the art group's work. So please go in for that. Appearances can be deceptive. How many times do people say, oh, you're looking great, and inside you're feeling absolutely awful or miserable or downhearted? It's amazing, isn't it, how appearances can be deceptive. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Each of us have all our own opinions of what we class to be beautiful, nice. Whether it be a building, whether it be a church, whether it be a person, whether it be a piece of clothing, whatever. Practice what you preach. And that's what we need people to do, people of faith especially, to practice what they preach. They may talk a good game, but do we actually practice what we preach? That's a good one. So let's go back to trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Have any of you watched The Repair Shop? I must admit, I do like The Repair Shop. I find it interesting, especially some of the items that are brought along to be repaired. I'm amazed and in awe of the talents of the people repairing the objects that are brought in. Their care, their knowledge, their precision, their dedication to their craft, and so much more. They're just amazing. At this time in our lives, the life of the church and the life of our world after COP26, I think a lot of repairing is needed. Some people can no longer go out. Others don't want to go out at night. People are not attending events, whether it be in church or at other organisations that they're involved in. They don't want to travel very far, and on it goes. God's creation, as we heard from COP26, needs repairing. And if you followed COP26, you will know that, well, what's the basics of what is going on at least, and you know that every little bit that we can do can help in that repairing process. So we need to be like the experts and use our skills and our talents and our dedication and so much more to rebuild the many areas in this life, especially after this pandemic. But we need to do what the proverb says in the Bible, and you've heard it twice already. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Trust in the Lord. I hope you have a lovely week ahead. God bless everyone.